Alright, what is going on, guys? It is your favorite black guy, Raytoomuch. What is going on? How you guys doing out there? So, if the video sounds a little bit quiet, I'm sorry. I've had strep throat over the last couple of days, so I really shouldn't be talking right now, but I haven't posted in a while and it's been bothering me, so I definitely want to get something out to you guys. Um, it's gonna be a storytime vid for today because you guys really seem to like the storytime vids. Those are those are the vids that get the most views. So I'm glad that you guys like those vids. If you want to see anything else in particular, just put it, in the comment section, so I'll know what else to post. Because when it comes to posting, I kind of sit there lost because I don't really know what you guys want to see, and I'm thinking that like story times is kind of hard because I don't know, I don't think my life is too interesting. Like, definitely some interesting things have happened, but like I don't have anything super interesting in my life, but today is definitely a really juicy story time vid for you guys. Today definitely going to be a longer one because there's a lot that needs to be said, and there's going to be a lot of talk about how I feel and everything. And so for this story time in particular, I'm gonna hide the identity of the people who are in the story just because I don't want to mess with anybody's reputation or identity or anything like that, because I'm just not that type of guy. And so I'm just gonna get into the video. If you like it, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. So me and a friend, I'll call the friend Paul. Me and Paul were playing a video game together. We were gaming, having a good time. And so me and Paul get an invite from our friend Jessica. And so Paul got super duper excited that he got this invite from Jessica, which I thought was kind of weird because, any normal person would just be all like, hey, cool, I got an invite from this person. I love playing with them, let's go play with them. But he was like 10 times more excited than that. I've never seen someone so excited about a game invite. So, Paul and Jessica had dated in the past. Like 2 years ago, they were dating. So I was all like, hey, do you still have feelings for Jessica? And Paul was like, nah, man, I don't have feelings for her. I just really like playing with her. She's fun to play video games with. So I was like, all right, cool, So we hop into the lobby with Jessica, and me and Jessica just start joking around and everything. And like, Paul seemed to be getting annoyed, because he was like, wasn't joking around with us. And like, we thought that was kind of weird. So we're all like, hey, Paul, you all right? Like, everything good? And Paul was like, yeah, I'm good, I'm cool, you don't gotta worry about me. And so we were like, all right, cool. So we kept joking around, and I was like, hey, Jessica, like, I don't have your Snap. We've been friends for a while now, and I don't have your Snap. You should add me on Snapchat. And so Jessica was like, cool, yeah, sure. So, she added me or whatever, and like, Paul, he was like, he still wasn't joking around or whatever. He was just super quiet, not joining in on anything. We thought that was really weird. We're just like, hey, Paul, like, you alright, man? He's like, hey, everything's fine. And so I was like, I texted Jessica on Snapchat, and I was like, I'ma flirt with you. Alright, I'm trying to prove a point, just play along. And so she was like, alright. And so me and her started flirting back and forth, and Paul was getting annoyed and everything. And so then not Paul, my bad. And then so Jessica said, I don't have a boyfriend. And so I was like, not yet. And so Paul was like, well, what's that supposed to mean, right? And I was like, oh, nothing, man, it's just jokes, I'm fucking with you. And Paul was like, well, you guys can date whoever you want, but if you guys start dating each other, I have no problem dropping the both of you. And so when he told me that, it hurt real bad, because me and Paul have been close for, honestly, as long as I've lived in California. We've been honestly inseparable. And so the fact that he said something to me, he said something like that to me, really hurt, because I was like, you're like family. You would say such a bold statement to me like that, that really hurts. And so I was talking to other people about this and everything, and they were all like, well, you gotta put yourself in his shoes. And I was like, yeah, I get what you mean. I guess it was kind of messed up to, like, I know it was kind of messed up to joke around like that and everything, but it was like, he told me that he didn't have feelings for her and everything, and I took that to heart, because we're so close and everything. I just thought he was telling me the truth. I just assumed he was telling me the truth, like, he was cool. So I was still gonna joke around like that, but even at the end of the day, it was still all jokes, But he took it serious, and he said something real bold that really hurt. And so even in my mind, I was all like, he could date any of my exes. He can date a girl that I like right now, as long as that girl makes him happy, I'm happy, because there's 3.5 billion other females in the world, bro. There's got to be another one out there that I like, but there's only one him. There's only he's so important to me that if that girl makes him happy, then I have no problem letting him mess with that girl if that's what he really wants, because he's the most important thing to me. He's like family. And so um after that, it really did hurt or whatever, but I tried to let it subside or whatever. I was like, I shouldn't let these words mess up this entire relationship that we built over the years. And I was definitely hurt, but I just kind of let it all chill, let it all subside and everything. And so while I was letting it to the side, we can put a pause right there, right? So now I have to tell you guys another backstory so you can get so remember the pause. All right, so back a couple months, Paul was dating this girl named Rachel. We'll call her Rachel. And so him and Rachel were together for a couple months, and Rachel broke up with him. Now, when Rachel broke up with Paul, Paul was really hurt, and I was wondering why he was so hurt. I wasn't wondering why he was so hurt. Obviously, it's okay to be hurt after a female breaks your heart. It happens sometimes. But he was hurt for months, and they weren't even dating that long. And I was just like, why are you so hurt by this? What was so special about Rachel that is keeping your mind on her? Like, what's so amazing about her that's keeping you, bro? And so he sits me down, and he's all like, well, I had got her pregnant, and I had proposed to her, so we were engaged. And that blew my mind. I was like, what, really? He was like, yeah. I was like, how come you didn't tell me? He was like, well, I didn't want to make a big deal out of it, And I was like, dang, that's crazy. I was like, wait, you said you got her pregnant? He was like, yeah, I got her pregnant. And so I was like, dang. I was like, wait, but you guys aren't dating anymore. So, like, what's going on with the baby? And he was all like, well, she aborted the baby, and now she's dating another guy. And so now I really felt bad for him, because I was like, well, dang, you were about to have this whole new chapter of your life start out, because, they were talking about moving in together. So he was about to have this entire chapter of his life start, and then, it kind of all fell apart in front of him. So, I felt terrible for him. So, I was there by his side through all the time he was sad about Rachel. I was there making sure he was okay, because I was like, I don't know that kind of pain. I hope I never feel that kind of pain. I can't imagine what you're feeling. So of course I'm gonna be there for you. And so later on, okay, so back to the pause. While I was letting everything subside, Rachel ended up adding me on Facebook. So I don't know why. I don't know what made me think of this, but something in my mind told me to ask her. And so I hit up Rachel. I was like, hey, Rachel. I was like, you remember when you were dating Paul, right? And Rachel was like, yeah, I remember. Why? What's up? And I was like, well, Paul said that he got you pregnant. And, he also said that, you guys were engaged. Is that true? And she was like, no, none of that's true. And I was like, are you serious, man? Like, for real? She was like, yeah, none of that's true. Like, what would make you think that? I was like, well, that's what he told me. And she was like, yeah, nah, none of that's true. And I was like, dang, bro. And so I screenshotted it, and I went to Paul, and I'm just like, hey, Paul, what the fuck is this, man? Like, why you telling me you out here getting females pregnant and you engaged to them and shit, and that's a lie? Like, why would you make such a big lie? Like, that's not no small lie, man. That's a big lie. I was like, why would you make such a huge lie? And he was all like, well, it was just easier to hate her. He's like, that made it easier to hate her. And I'm like, well, that's no excuse. Like, why would you, tell me such a huge lie? Like, I was by your side for so long because I had thought that, the beginning of your life just kind of got shut down. Like, why would you, lie. And so he didn't open up that message when I sent him that paragraph, and I was like, dang, that hurts. But then turns out Jessica ends up sending me a screenshot, and it's a screenshot of Paul saying that Ray, which is me, Paul saying that I was slowly starting to figure out all the lies that he'd been telling me over the years. And so now that really had my mind bugging, you know. I'm like, what? All the lies he's been telling me over the years, like, you know, like, what do you mean? Like, we've been close for this amount of years. Like, what were all the lies he was telling me? And now it really got me thinking. Like, I'm thinking about everything he's told me. I'm like, was that a lie? Was this a lie? Was that a lie? And so I tried to text him and call him, and I tried to do all this other stuff, and he wasn't answering any of my text messages. And I was like, well, dang, like, why won't you answer my text messages? You know, like, I want answers. Like, I want to know what you've been lying to me about and why you were lying to me about all this stuff. Like, I was there for you through thick and thin, and you lied to me. Like, you've been lying to me left and right for I don't even know how long. Like, you know, I want answers. But, you know, he's been avoiding me ever since, you know. And so normally the first person I came to with this story was my mom, because she's honestly like the person I talk to about everything. I love my mom to death. And so, you know, I talked to her, and she was like, well, good riddance. And I was like, well, you know, what do you mean? And she was like, you don't want those kind of people in your life, you know. She was like, if they'll lie, they'll steal from you, you know. And you definitely don't want those type of people in your life. If he's claiming that he's been lying to you for, you know, such and such amount of years, then you definitely don't want that type of person in your life, because you don't want to sit there and question everything he says and question if that's the truth. He's like, you can't trust that person, and you don't want people that you can't trust in your life. And so I was like, well, you know, I guess you're right, Mom. You know, I really appreciate you, you know, giving me that kind of advice. And so after that, I just kind of let it go. You know, I was just like, well, it definitely hurts that such a strong friendship that I had was lost. But, you know, from what I got from it is just like, you know, you never really know a person. You know, even when you know a person, you never truly know a person. So that's kind of what I got from that little story time bit, from that little story time, you know. So even just, you know, watch out, guys. Always be careful or be wary of the people you know, because you never truly know a person. Even when you think you know them, you never truly know them, you know. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe, comment on another video that you want to see, please, pretty please, so I know what the hell to post next up. And yeah, you know, see you guys next time. Peace.